All right, good morning. Welcome into Market Day Report. I am Scott Shellady, otherwise known as the Cow Guy. Thank you. Happy Friday morning to you, by the way. I've just taken the baton over from Mr. Tony St. James, and let's see what he's left me with and see if it was any better than what I saw this morning doing the radio show. The call-in show actually was really good this morning. You should listen to it. That's Sirius XM Channel 147 Fridays. It's not Commodity Wrap Kickoff. It's Commodity Call-In, and you can get a hold of us, and we take live callers. It's been a lot of fun. All right, here we go. This is no bueno, is it? That's why I'm talking. 5 3/4 cents lower in the D's to 415 3/4. Penny off the low of the day, trading heavy. 5 1/4 cents lower in the March to 429 3/4, and that's 3 ticks off the low of the day. We've had about a 5.5 cent range, so that'll give you the idea where we sit. 5.5 cent range, or 3 ticks off the low of it. This is beans, double digits lower in the Nove to 986, 10 1/4 cents lower. That's 2 cents off the low of the day. We've had a 12 1/4 cent range. Jan's down 9.5 cents to 9.95 1/2, and that's a penny and a half off the low there. Similar range. Soybeans trading heavy too. Wheat in Chicago, solid double-digit losses there. And Dees is down 14 1/4 cents to 567 1/4. That's a penny and a quarter off the low there. We've had the best part of a 19 cent range, 19 and a half, almost 20 now. 13 cents lower in the March to 587 3/4. Similar range size. So there you go. We're at the lower end of some decent ranges in wheat. That doesn't look good. That's Chicago. Let's go to Kansas City and see if we've got anything any better. We don't. 14 3/4 cents lower in the D's to 572 1/4, and that's a half cent off the low of the day there. And we've had a solid 22 cent range. We've got a March board down 14.5 cents to 586 3/4. Let's move out to the spring wheat in Minneapolis and see if there's anything going on up there. 9.5 cents lower there to 608 1/2 in that D's contract. 1 tick off the low of a 16 cent range. 9 cents lower in the March to 630 3/4. Again, that's 1 tick off the low of a 15 cent range, or 14.5 if I was exact, but that'll give you an idea. Everything trading near the lows of the day right now. We'll go to cotton and see if that's got anything different for us, and it doesn't. 70.92 is last in D's, off 61 points, and just 6 points off the low of the day there. All right, let's bring him in and see what he's got to say about it. Maybe he can turn our frown upside down. Joe Lardy, CHS, Inver Grove Heights, from his palatial home office. All right, give it to me straight. What's going on?
Well, unfortunately, these markets have been handed some positive information this week, right? So we've seen export sales numbers yesterday that were fantastic. This is the part of the calendar where we should see kind of that post-harvest rally. And we've seen some, delays in South American planting. And we've seen some really dry weather here in the U.S. You put all those factors together and you would say, boy, this market should perk its head up, rally a little bit somewhere, somehow. And we're just not being able to sustain anything. We've seen some little bumps, but we just can't find that catalyst that shoots this market higher on a sustained level. And frankly, these prices are no fun. This low price environment is not good for really anybody in the industry. We want to see everybody thrive, and this price environment and this kind of heaviness on the market is just not a good situation to be in. If we can't rally on really good news, it's not a good sign for the market.
All right, well, so how does that set us up for the rest of the year? I mean, what are your views when it comes to, our drought map is getting worse here. I know that's a little bit early to start talking about that, but how do we end up the year? What are your thoughts? You're talking to producers all day long, every day. What are you telling them?
We're talking that this feels like we're going to be in a sideways market for a little bit here. They're until we get something pretty important out of South America. If the slow planting pace continues, that's really a safrinha corn story. It's not a soybean story. The beans are going to go in. It's going to be a big crop. So unless the weather turns dramatically good or bad in South America, we don't have a strong catalyst for several months to push these markets around. So, we've been talking to people. We're going to be kind of trading around the highs and the lows of the range for a bit here.
Are you leaning in any decent rallies then?
Yeah. You can buy the dips, sell the rallies. It just feels like that's about the only opportunity that we have to trade in these markets. And today the energy markets are super strong, and the commodity markets are just ignoring all that strength too. So that's not another negative sign on these markets, unfortunately.
All right, you kind of made me smile a little bit. I don't know if I'm in a better mood, but maybe smile. Appreciate you coming on, though, Joe. Joe
You
Lardy,
bet,
he's with CHS up in Newburgh Heights. He's our Friday guy at this time. We're going to go away. We're going to pay some bills. We're going to come back and talk more right after this.